It's Charles with an entry for the 17th of April 2014, and this one is going to be a weird one. I'm just going to talk about excitement because I've realized that I don't really feel. I'm not talking about sexual excitement, obviously. I'm talking about just like the joy and like the the energy and the energy that you get when you look forward to future pleasure, I will say. So pretty much I'm just talking about like, when you were a kid, you'd get a new toy, you'd be excited to try to play with it, or you'd get like a new video game, you'd be excited to get it home and to try it out or something like that, or you'd get like a new jacket and you'd be excited to wear it to school to see what all your friends say. And basically I'm actually having I'm having problems with excitement because I feel like for whatever reason I'm not getting that excited anymore. Um, I don't know if it's because maybe everything that like I get is not really that, great. I mean, I wouldn't say it like that because obviously, I think it might just be that I'm hard to please. Some people get a new pair of pants and they're excited to wear it to work the next day to see what people say. And for me, it's just like, oh, a new pair of pants. Like, I start questioning, like, if I really needed the pants. I start to feel guilty that I bought yet another article of clothing when I already have a lot of other clothing. I mean, even when I get, like, a new video game or a new movie that I'm excited to see, it's just like, oh, this is a movie, oh, it's a video game. It's not like there's no, like, real, I'm not really looking forward to trying it out. Maybe it's because nothing really catches me off guard anymore. I'm not really surprised by anything. So, like any movie or any video game that I've purchased, I've already done my research on it and I already know what it entails. Like I've played enough video games that I know how this one is going. I might not know the exact story and the exact gameplay mechanics, but I already know how a video game is going to make me feel, how I'm going to have to concentrate, how I'm going to have to play through it, proportions like that. In a movie, I know that maybe the movie might be really good, but I've seen a lot of movies. I understand that a movie is just a movie. It's not like real life. I mean, granted, maybe if I had like a winning lottery ticket, like for like $1 million or a big amount, maybe even just like $50,000 or something like that, I would be really excited because I would feel like it would change my life drastically. Whereas, a movie or a toy or, like something new, maybe like a new chair or something like that or a new article, of clothing or something, it doesn't really bring excitement because I've felt that it's an experience like that is so commonplace now that it doesn't, really, it doesn't turn my crank, I should say. It doesn't, floor me or surprise me anymore. And, I don't know. I think that's kind of it's a little bit jaded of me. It's a little bitter of me. Like I have friends that when they get something new, they're excited to use it. They can't wait and shit like that. And for me, it's just like, it's a little spoiled of me to not like look at the world through my rose-colored glasses anymore because now I'm just like, like I've often thought I remember I had this one coworker. This coworker was like, if I win the lottery tonight, $1 million, he's like, I wouldn't quit working at Walgreens. it was like, I wouldn't quit. He was like, I'd probably get fired, but I wouldn't quit. And then my opinion or my idea is that even if I won the $1 million, I'd probably be in the next day and I'd work the same. I'd work hard as normal, and I wouldn't really. I mean, I can't really say that I wouldn't really feel like it changed because obviously I don't know how. I've never experienced it, but I mean, it would of course be nice to get like $1 million gives you a lot of breathing room, especially for somebody like me who has, like, I have a major disease where money is obviously a big factor in having a major disease. So $1 million gives me a lot more breathing room. But I mean, I feel like I don't think it would, affect me that much. And I mean, that might just be me, like, trying to be like, oh, money won't affect me, it won't change me. But I mean, I think a lot of it is just like I live my life like the way I want to live it. Obviously, I'd like a few more comforts. I'd like a house of my own. I'd like a car. But I mean, thankfully, I don't go wanting of much. Like I never go hungry. I mean, not unless I have to or it's by choice. Like I can't eat because I have to take my pills or something like that, and maybe I don't want to eat at that place. I want to wait till I get home or something. So thankfully, I've never gotten hungry. I mean, I'm not extravagant in my entertainment. I don't want to join country clubs. I don't want to go to the ritziest restaurants. So thankfully I'm not wanting of anything. I mean, I have good financial backing. I don't have a great job, but I work hard at it. Thankfully I get, a lot of hours. So I do get in terms of a retail paycheck, I do get a pretty decent one. Um, so I mean maybe I'm a little spoiled. Maybe I'm just, I don't want of anything, and maybe that's why I don't get excited about stuff. But I've realized that there's one time that I really get excited, noticeably excited. I'm not jumping up and down and clicking my heels together, but I am rushing home, and that's when I have takeout food. I'm really hurrying home for to eat. Like I realized today I pretty much didn't eat anything all day because I got up and I had to take my pills, and then I have to wait a while before I can eat again, and by that time I had to be at work, and then at work I can't really eat much in the store, so I just didn't get to really eat much of anything throughout the day. So then I got a pizza, which I mean I shouldn't really be eating anyways, but that's beside the point. And so I got a pizza after work, and then I was walking home with it, and I was legitimately excited to eat it. As odd as that is, because obviously, you know, there have been bigger things in my life that should have brought excitement, but didn't, and then I just get a straight pizza, and I'm just excited for it, and it's a little strange. It makes me think that maybe food governs my life a little bit too much, but I mean, it's not even like I'm starving or anything, but it's just it's very childlike. Like it's like if you get a piece of candy and then you can't wait to get out of like the freaking store before you start munching on it or something like that. And yeah, like I said, it's very childlike, but I also kind of enjoy it. Like I don't want to be one of those people who chases after the most expensive car, or the name brands and clothing, that kind of shit. I like the fact that fucking a pizza can get me excited. I don't want material possessions to determine my mood. Like I don't want to go down the street and then start looking at all the cars or all the the nice watches or something, and then just start to feel bad about my life and about myself just because I'm not able to afford that. And I mean, the fact that I can just get, I can look forward to a pizza or, some other kind of takeout. I like that. And I like the fact that I like simple pleasures. I like the fact that I take pleasure in simple things, you know. But I mean, I like the fact that I guess I could say I like the fact that I don't take pleasure in material things. I mean, obviously, if I got like a nice car or something, I would be excited because I know that that would change my life. But I mean, I like the fact that I don't, I don't feel bad if I don't have something. Um, yeah, I mean, it's getting very like weird and like abstract now, but I mean, I like the fact that a pizza can make me happy, and I like the fact that not having something doesn't technically make me sad. Um, Basically, I understand that, people go through life just trying to feel good. You know, there are different ways to feel good. Obviously, there's sexual feeling good and stuff like that, and there's like, you know, getting a back rub feeling good, but it's just a lot of it has to do with confidence and like the faith in yourself. And I just like the fact that having a pizza and like a good meal and a full stomach can make a day feel good to me because it's a very where I am in my life, it's a very simple thing to achieve. I feel like hopefully I'm always going to have enough money to feed myself and to get a full stomach. And so that's why I'm pleased that such a thing can make me happy. Um, I mean, needless needless to say, if I get something, if I achieve one of my life goals, like getting my own house or something like that, then that too will make me happy. But I mean, I guess in my current situation, I have to live, you know, with what I can get, or I have to take what I can get in terms of pleasure. And food, not even the act of actually eating the food gives me the pleasure. It's the fact that I know I'm going to feel satiated at the end. I mean, yes, pizza is good, but I like the fact that it's not consuming. Like if I have a bag of like donuts, it doesn't make me more excited than if I had like some a takeout chicken wing dinner, because it's just I know that the chicken wing dinner will make me feel more satiated. So I would actually probably be more excited about the chicken wings than I would the donuts. But it's just the fact that I've gone through periods where I've been really hungry even before I got sick, due to the fact that so I didn't eat as much as I should have at times. And college, I had a rough time because my schedule didn't match up with the meal plans. And so there were times where I wouldn't eat much all day, and just so food now is, or having a full stomach and just feeling like full and full of energy, that's become a pleasure of mine. I like to feel energetic. Food makes me feel more awake. Obviously, if you go without food for a while, you start to feel lethargic. You know, you don't have much energy. You get headaches. You get tired. You get depressed. So I mean, food just makes like being satiated just gives you energy, and it makes the day seem better. With more energy, you can do more stuff. You feel better about yourself. That kind of shit. I mean, obviously, food doesn't make the world go round. But I mean, that's kind of a spoiled way of looking at things. I mean, obviously, someone starving in Somalia definitely thinks that food makes the world go round. And I'm not trying to say that I've ever been starving, but I think I've got a firm grasp on you know, how just people who don't have food, the first thing that they look for is food. I've had friends that have gone through tough times and they haven't had enough to eat at times. And, the things that, like, I had a friend who used to tell me that, when she was growing up, she didn't have food, but then, one of her mother's friends brought in some food, and like she can remember just the whole mood changing and her spirits just lifted, and it was just a lot of excitement. And I had never really grasped that, because even as a young child, I had always had food. I had always had like all the meat and chicken and everything that I wanted, all the junk food that I wanted, and I didn't understand you know I didn't understand how such just like a small thing, just like bringing in like a large amount of food could even make children happy. You know, children, you always think they want toys, they want candy, they want games, you know, they want to go to amusement parks. But you don't realize that children are often, you know, children that go without, they just want to, you know, they just want to be full. Like, it's a little, it's very simplistic when you actually think about it. But I mean, like, I remember one time I was watching at work, there was this there was this mother fighting with a child about, you know, she wanted to spend her money on food and the child needed batteries for like one of his toy games, and they were arguing about it and arguing, and then eventually she was just like, you can't eat the batteries, we need to eat. And it was just like, holy shit, dude, like she's right, but how are you just dropping that kind of like heavy knowledge on like a fucking 10-year-old? Is he just gonna be like, oh shit, dude, yeah, of course we gotta eat? He just wants to play his game. Like, he just doesn't realize that if he gets the batteries, he's gonna have to go hungry. And I mean, thankfully, I've never gone hungry, but I mean, I know a lot of people do, and I know that that shit is fucking a big situation, or a major problem, I should say. And I mean, that being said, my pleasure from food is obviously nothing compared to that. You know, fucking my pleasure from food is one meal, one day, you know, feeling satiated, whereas I've never gone hungry. You know, I've never fucking felt starving. And thankful, I'm very thankful for that. But, yeah, I mean, it sucks. I mean, obviously, I'd like to be able to do more than just go, that sucks, and then just shrug my shoulders. But I mean, unfortunately, I'm trying to make it in the world too, and I don't have the means to really dive into a problem like that. I mean, I do, whenever we have like a little charity thing at work, I do try and donate a little, you know. I want to start volunteering my time a little bit more. I'm hoping to do that soon. And so, you know, half of the reason I volunteer at PAX is because I know that they run that Child Spray charity, which gives toys to children in hospitals. But so I don't know. I mean, I'd like to make a difference, but I know that, you know, in my current situation, I'm not in the best. I don't have the best, you know, circumstances to make a real difference. I mean, obviously, you know, if everyone in the world said that shit, then there would be no changes. But I mean, I try and do my part, as little as it is. I try and do what I can. But yeah, I mean, basically what I'm just trying to say, if I get back to the point, is that I'm happy with, you know, simple pleasures, and I'm happy that I am happy with simple pleasures, if you know what I'm saying. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to be one of those people who, you know, maxes out his credit cards because he's always chasing that, you know, that materialistic high. Um, I'm happy that I like the pizza, and you know, thankfully I'm not, you know, I'm not overweight because I'm constantly, you know, chasing that food high. But I hope that if that ever happens, I'm able to, you know, draw the line. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Thanks for listening. If you have any, you know, if you have any questions, comments, you know how to reach me. Thanks.